Hello and welcome to FPSKivotos. I'm your host Bridge, and let's get started. On this episode, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite ninja YouTuber, Michiru, and her shotgun of choice. And man, this has been one of the most intense projects I've worked on to date, and I really hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did making it. I'm of course talking about her Remington 870 Tactical Express shotgun with a 12 gauge Masterkey. Mine in particular, if I can fit it in the frame, is not a Remington 870, but it's pretty close. Not really actually, but this is the Mossberg Maverick 88 with not a real Underbarrel Masterkey, but it's as close as I can get legally as a civilian at the moment. This is a airsoft Jag Arms Underbarrel 12 gauge shotgun. This fucking thing is heavy. This is unwieldily front heavy, but it's a blast. And as of the recording of this part, I haven't shot it yet, so you'll probably see it in the firing footage if it just flies the fuck off. That is just a assumption that I have, and we'll see if I'm right in the future. But yeah, this thing is a fucking beast. This has been one of the most intensive projects I've done when it comes to a paint job, because like just look at this fucking thing. She is insane. She's supposed to be a sneaky ninja. This does not scream sneaky in the absolute slightest, but we love her for that. As always, we're going to talk about the similarities and differences between the two guns, as well as showing off her battle animations. As always, let's start with the similarities, and as you can see here, I think I got the color down pretty well. There is a lot to go over, so we're gonna start from the back and move our way all the way up to the front. So on the back here, we have her nice, just transition colors of yellow, red, pink, and another pink. This was definitely one of the harder parts to do, and I'm trying to get this in the frame properly. So this here, in her image, is a cheek rest, or I guess just a riser of some sort, and it is wrapped in, as you can see, bandages here. I just bought a cheap one off Amazon. I took out the little screw things that you're supposed to, they're basically used to adjust the elevation of it. But for hers in particular, I mean, it's on a shotgun. She's not gonna adjust the elevation at all. So I got rid of those and just painted it to match as well as I can. For hers, it has that nice darker red color with the yellow accents on there as well. Technically speaking, these double layer yellows isn't technically how it's supposed to look, but I think it looks, you know, fine as is. And then as I mentioned earlier, I wrapped it. This is basically athletic tape, and just wrapped it around there a few times to get that bandage aesthetic. Underneath the stock, we have these little, my attempt at drawing little flowers. I'm not the best artist in the world, at least when it comes to normal drawing. So I just used I think I used a whiteout marker of some sort and just kind of vaguely drew in flowers as best I could. I think it works well still, regardless of, like, you know, how they're not really flowers, but I'm just really happy with how they turned out overall. Moving up further, here we have the grip scales. Hers is like a little bit different than like how mine turned out, but I wanted to at least have that black here to get the contrast of the colors. And so I just kind of taped off this section and painted it black and whatnot. There's a few blemishes with the paint here and there, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's gonna get shot anyway, so, you know, the paint's gonna get all smudged and shit like that, so I'm not really worried about it. Moving forward, as you see, I did a nice, like, fade color, so it goes from this it goes from this really light pink into hot pink to, you know, I guess it's more violet purple, and then into two different sections of blue. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but right here is a, like, darker blue-ish, and then it fades all the way into the last color, which is a light blue, or sky blue, I guess. Right here, she has more of the tape. It actually doesn't hinder the action of the shotgun much at all, which is really nice. So having that here on my model is a nice detail to have. When it comes to the pump grip, I did have some artistic liberties when it came to designing this one in particular. It doesn't look like hers for the most part, but you can, if you look at it, it kind of looks similar-ish. Obviously, hers doesn't have like the ribbing and stuff on it, and I did add a bunch of different like tapes and little flower designs as well. But I think it turned out pretty good. It's not one-to-one to hers, which is kind of unfortunate, but for the most part, a lot of these guns aren't one-to-one to a lot of the characters in the game. But overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh, and then the elephant in the room, or I guess the underbarrel shotgun in the room. Yes, this is as I mentioned earlier, a Jag Arms scattergun airsoft shotgun here. It works pretty well. It's pretty neat, actually. I spent a decent amount of money on it, but I mean, if I bought a real one, it cost a hell of a lot more, and it also would need to be like a police officer or some shit, and I don't want to do that. So, we take it as is. So basically what I used, they're on Amazon, they have these little coupler, they're kind of like scope rings, but they're made specifically for shotgun barrels and stuff like that, so you can attach like flashlights and stuff like that. So basically what I bought was those, but it had a Picatinny rail on it, and I attached the shotgun to the Picatinny rail because it's one of those, like, it's obviously an underbarrel mount, so it attaches the Picatinny rail with these little clamps here on the side. Honestly, it fits. It's pretty nice. It's pretty sturdy. If it's not tightened all the way, this will swivel like in a circle. It kind of is what it is. I just gotta keep tightening it to make sure that it's actually secure. But no, yeah, the shotgun itself, it's pretty neat. Like, it works, functionally works exactly like how a normal shotgun would. It's very unwieldy. I can barely hold it up on, like, I mean, I can hold it up, but I can't hold it up on in frame very well. But it's just, the day I saw that her shotgun was the way it is, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is she thinking, like, with this? It's straight insane, and that's what I really love about Blue Archive as a whole, is that they can go really crazy with some of the gun designs and just fucking go with it, and that's why I love the game so much. If you guys have been enjoying this episode so far, please make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button, and make sure to throw fireworks at your nearest enemies. Now, moving on to the differences, I kind of did already mention them in the similarities part, but like I said, the cheek rest is a little bit different, as well as not actually having the real Underbarrel 12 gauge shotgun, because this technically isn't the right model. It's just Underbarrel airsoft shotgun. It's really what it is at the end of the day. So it's not modeled exactly like how it is in game and how it is in real life. And I ain't trying to buy a real one right now, at least. So I would like to mention something really interesting. So this shotgun was actually one of the first ones I worked on for this channel, but I actually had to scrap it way back when because of a very, very important detail. So to attach the Underbarrel shotgun onto it, I needed to have enough length on the tube to accommodate for, this part of the build. I couldn't, if it was a shorter tube or whatever, I wouldn't be able to fit, the Underbarrel onto it in general. And I believe this is a 8 tube. I think it holds 8 shells in this tube. I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember. But, I was like, at first I was like, oh, I could just use a normal one or whatever like that. I actually did start the paint job on the original shotgun, but like I said, I had to scrap it because I didn't realize at the time that it wasn't gonna fit. And if you would like to know, this is what that original shotgun turned into. This one's technically not, it's the exact same shotgun. It's a Mossberg Maverick 88, but instead of the longer internal mag, it has the kind of standard length internal mag. I forget, I think this is a 6? I think 6, 5 or 6. I don't remember, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the original Michiru shotgun that I was working on way back when. And I changed it into a VTuber's gun. It's not done yet. I've had this painted like this for a while. I've just never actually finished it yet. This is one of my original project shotguns here that eventually, had to get scrapped because I didn't have everything that I needed at the time. And it's really cool. Like, the evolution of like this turning into this is kind of crazy to me, in my opinion. And this one holds a very special place in my heart because this is one of the first ones I ever worked on. It has no importance for like the character overall. I just wanted to mention it for, some backstory on how this project has taken shape over time. With the similarities and differences covered, as well as some backstory on a different shotgun, let's move on over to her battle animations. And boy, oh boy, they are something. But where do I even begin when it comes to the reload animations? She has two different ones when she's standing. I couldn't really tell if she had one behind cover or not, but for the standing ones in particular, she throws 3 shells into the air, catches them on the way down, and reloads her shotgun with 2 of those shells. As for her alternate animation, she throws up the shells in the air. She doesn't catch them this time, they just kind of bounce off of her head, and then she starts loading it into her shotgun. I really think overall her animation is really interesting. So the way she shoots it, when she pulls the trigger of the main shotgun and then she pulls the trigger of the underbarrel. So that means the way she's holding her shotgun is a little bit interesting. So she has her hand on the pump grip and most likely either has her middle finger or index finger of her left hand on the underbarrel shotgun so she can pull the trigger at the exact same time. Well, they're not really at the exact same time, they're staged, but she will shoot both of them at the exact same time. But for some reason when she pumps it, they're linked. So she'll stroke the main pump, but then it would also stroke the underbarrels one, which is a little bit weird. I mean, like, she could have it where they're connected with a piece of metal, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but it's weird that when she, you know, racks it, it racks both of them rather than her doing it individually for the two. And another weird thing about her animations is that when she shoots, she reloads after 2 shots. Her shotgun can hold a lot more than that, and that underbarrel shotgun can at least hold 3, like 2 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. So I think it's really interesting that they decided to go with her shooting twice, so technically she shoots 4 shells out, but she only shoots, technically speaking, she shoots 4 times because she's pulling both triggers. So, I mean, I guess that's enough, but it's just really interesting that they decided to cap her shotgun to, like, tube her. In my opinion, she has some of the most unique animations, especially with a shotgun, because just how vastly different, you know, having 2 shotguns is compared to just having 1. Another fun animation that she has is her EX skill. When it comes to her EX skill, she does a whole bunch of hand motions to, you know, do ninja stuff and whatever, and then pulls out a firecracker because she's not really good at it and throws it at the enemy. I think my favorite thing about her EX skill is that even though she's the leader of the ninjutsu club, she's like the worst out of the 3 when it comes to like actual skill. And so just her whipping out the firecracker and just launching that at her enemy is pretty funny to see. I definitely think trying to replicate her EX skill is possible, but I probably don't want to catch anything on fire. But when it comes to her reload animations, that is going to be, as you've probably seen the firing footage, really fun to try to reenact as best I can. Michiru is a very unique striker, in my honest opinion. It's probably one of my favorites to see just on the field. I kind of wish that she does eventually get a 3-star, so, you know, we could have more unique stuff from her, whether, it, you know, it's her in her support form or another striker again. But with all that out of the way, let's move on to the conclusion. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, this project has been one of the first ones I ever worked on this channel, and I finally finished it. When I found this shotgun on sale for how much I got it for, and I found that it had like the right tube size, I knew exactly that I was going to buy it, I was going to get it, and I was going to work and finish on this project because this one has been on my mind for ever since I started the channel. Ever since I saw her using this fucking thing, and I was like, yeah, I need to recreate this in real life, even if it's impractical as hell. It has been an absolute blast working on this shotgun and just, you know, mulling over different designs. And I saw someone a long time ago, I forget what their name is, but it's an artist. They made an airsoft version of this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm using this as references, and yeah, this is awesome. And I'm super, super happy with how this one turned out. And I really hope you guys really enjoyed this one too, because it's wacky, it's crazy. It's so unique and so, it screams just Blue Archive to me, in my opinion, you know, because they just have really wacky builds. For the most part, they're fairly normal, but occasionally they'll have this really wacky build for a shotgun or really weird color scheme and stuff like that. And that's what I love about these guns and about these characters of Blue Archive, that they just have the most unique, weird shit in the world. At the time of filming this episode, I've reached 500 subscribers. I haven't uploaded in 2 months, and you guys are just, that's awesome. It's incredible. Thank you. Thank you so very much for your support on all of these videos, whether it be my normal videos, whether it be one made for a VTuber, all of it. Thank you. Thank you. It just means so much to me. It's been really hard to get and work and get enough money to work on all of these projects, and it's just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It just means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying watching me build these guns as it is for me to make these guns and just look at the designs like, yeah, I'm gonna make that one of these days. And it's just like, it's insane. It's awesome. 500 is an insane milestone to get kind of early on in like the, you know, the growth of this channel. This channel has only been around since the beginning of the year, and 500 subscribers in that time is, in my opinion, awesome. Like, you guys just really kill it with these views and all that stuff. Like, yeah, not every single one of the videos is gonna get popular, but like, that's not really what I'm here for. I'm just here to show you guys the cool ass shit that Blue Archive has in their game and do my best to recreate them in real life. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Bridge, and I'll see you guys in the next one.